Okay, just sharing some intel with you. Winner of this will go on to play Grand Valley or Davenport in the round of 8. Northwoods and West Virginia are the favored teams that are on our side of the bracket. And then we're still on the lookout for St. Clair because they just
Good evening and welcome to the Boise State Esports Arena. Tonight we've got NACE Rocket League for you, and a very important NACE Rocket League match at that. Boise State is into the postseason and is looking to pick up a win here tonight to move on to the round of 8 and NACE Rocket League Finals. A lot is hinging on this match, and we'll see if the Broncos can rise to the occasion and secure their tickets to a postseason championship. My name's Jacob Palmer. I'm joined by Artemis Rainco on all of the action for you here tonight. So, Artie, why don't you give us just a little bit more background about how this match is going to work out and who we're going up against?
Okay, so we're going against Nicholls College, and they have a player, Frost K, who has come in that is extremely powerful, so kind of like the equivalency of our Durtho that we have here for the Broncos. And so hopefully our Durtho is stronger than Frost K, and we come out on top of this one. If we win this first game in the round of 16, we'll move on to the round of 8 and end up playing against the winner of the Grand Valley versus Davenport match. I'm more familiar with Davenport than Grand Valley, and I'm hedging my bet we'll probably see Davenport in the round of 8, but either way, best of luck to our Broncos today. First things first is we got to make it through the round of 16, so let's see if they can do it in this best-of-7 series.
Well, we can also take a look at the lineup and the players that we have playing for Boise State, hoping to move on to the round of 8. It's familiar Rocket League lineup that you are used to throughout the season. We've got Durtho, Instinct, and Gil playing to represent the blue, and if they want to perform at their very best, then one thing that can't hurt, especially in a game that matters as much as this, is Doc's keys to the game in Rocket League. But before we can get to that, it looks like we're actually just ready to head right into the match. So, Boise State, they probably heard the keys to the game so many times throughout the season, I don't need to repeat them. It is time for doing and time for winning, hopefully for the Broncos. We get the first game of this best-of-7.
Kickoff is going to be won by the Broncos. Instinct tried to corral it on the ceiling, ends up losing it in a 2-on-1. Ball is sent to midfield, dunked down by K-Frost. It's going to be Pelosa who tries to grab it off the ground. K-Frost grabs it again, hits towards the wall at midfield. Pelosa takes the shot. Durtho makes the save and sent to the corner, not out of defensive third for the Broncos just yet. K-Frost gets the final touch. It's in, and that's the first goal for Nicholls College.
Nicholls College is going to say to the Broncos, welcome to the big leagues, because you've got to perform. K-Frost with a nice shot. Instinct was able to read it, but it's just a little bit too late on that save. So Boise State in the first 30 seconds is going to go down 1. Elevation up from Pelosa. Deep leg back to center. Durtho's going to take it. It heads back over to the corner. Instinct takes it with a shot. It goes wide off to the left. Durtho now with trying to do the air dribble. Bounce off the backboard to dunk it in. Not going to go through.
Instinct trying to catch up to Pyros. Gil pinches it. It goes straight across the goal. Cleared to the side. K-Frost takes another shot. It's too wide. Attempted pinch off the back wall. Not enough momentum. Sent back to midfield stripe. Pelosa and Instinct battle for possession. It's pinched up towards the ceiling again. It's going to be Instinct to center it up. The lob had no speed from midfield. We have a cross shot come in from Pelosa through an interception, but Gil makes the save. Another shot, elevation from Instinct to send it to the corner.
K-Frost has been the main person putting all the shots on goal for Boise State. Boise State has only managed to get one shot on goal. It was that attempt by Durtho earlier. See if they can get another one. Gil's kind of trapped in the corner. Instinct is going to take a shot on the front post. Durtho now following up. Ball goes high. Gil's going to rotate in, but K-Frost beats him to it. Boise State trying to look for their clear. Gil with the redirect. And Instinct, before he can take it, Nicholls College is doing a very good job of disrupting Boise State's shots.
K-Frost from the midfield takes their own shot. Instinct grabs it off the wall, sends to Durtho, loses possession to K-Frost. Pyros plays it off of the wall to midfield. Gil elevates, tries to volley it to the back. Can't do it, is interrupted. Ball stolen away yet again by K-Frost. Brings it into the corner, takes a shot. Gil dunks it down. Reset shot coming out from Pelosa. Pyros tried to come in for the connection. It was interrupted by Instinct.
Durtho shot off the wall, followed by Instinct, deflected at the last second by Pelosa. Able to keep the ball in mid. heads off to the corner. Far corner, and
Oh, no.
Nicholls College
Oh,
breakaway
no.
shot. No one home, and they go up by 2. Yeah, very rough situation for the Broncos. No one rotating back. They're going to get caught out. Boise State kind of go in for more own mentality, but they're kind of having a lot of trouble trying to center up the shot. They've had a lot of shots into the corners for Nicholls College, but they're having a hard time centering.
Got 2 minutes to rectify their mistakes. Durtho steals it at midfield, tries to flick it around Pyros, can't find a second touch. Pyros in possession, demos Gill, still has possession off the slight touch from Instinct. Instinct in the corner, pops it up, it's gonna go to midfield. Attempted touch from Durtho and Pelosa, neither made contact. Gill in the corner, looking for an opportunity to center to a teammate. It's a 3-on-2. Gill and Instinct forced to reset and go to midfield. Ball is in the air. Durtho takes a touch, ricochets off the ceiling, ends up with K-Frost.
Instinct gets a shot in the midfield, but it's answered back by Pelosa. K-Frost trying to contest with Durtho, with Pelosa holding back. He's going to rotate in. Instinct is able to play it around him, tries to get the centering, but Pyros reads it and sends a huge bomber back over towards Boise State's territory. Durtho now trying to take the dribble. Can't quite follow it up. So it's going to head back over to Pelosa.
Instinct with possession. Pyro tries to elevate, can't find the right angle, but K-Frost makes the save. Gill goes for another shot on goal. It's pinched up between an offensive and defensive player. Crowd in the corner. Instinct trying to get contact. Manages to dunk it down, but there's no Broncos in sight. Ball is crossing midfield stripe in possession of K-Frost. Durtho intercepts. Is going to dribble in the air. Ball takes a bounce off the ceiling. Durtho can't make the second contact, and it's K-Frost again with possession, but Gill stopping at the midfield stripe.
We have just half a minute left, and Boise State still searching to get on the goal. Whipped by Durtho on that shot on goal. 30 seconds left. Gill's going to try again. Tries to spike it down into the ground, but the angle doesn't work out. Durtho's Instinct's going to take it around the corner, but runs right into K-Frost. Pelosa tries to get a clear shot, goes back over to Pyros. Durtho now. Pop. Followed up. It's just stopped in his tracks. And I don't know if Boise State has enough time left.
5 seconds.
And one final goal by Gill. It's going to make it officially 2v1. But ultimately, it's not going to be enough to change things around for the first game. Boise State now down 1 in Nicholls College. The start of what could be a road to victory, 2-1. Now, what I found very interesting was, and we'll get to my interesting point, but right now we have to get back to what I alluded to before we started. This was Doc's keys to the game, which is to set the play style, understand rotations, play to follow up, and of course employ those sweaty comms. Doc's keys to the game brought to you by Drop-In Gaming, the premier online platform for gamers who seek competition. Play your favorite games to win cash and prizes through free and paid entry matches and tournaments. Whether you are new to the scene or a seasoned veteran, Drop-In Gaming has the right games and competition for you. Okay, so what I found interesting was normally when I'm looking at different types of games, I'm kind of looking at, who is more consistently winning the 50s, But in that game, I don't think there were too many 50s, just to the fact that Nicholls College was so fast. They were consistently ahead of Boise State by a mile in getting to the ball.
Yeah, one of the things that we used to focus on a lot was kind of resource utilization, and were boost pads being taken away in the offensive positioning or the defensive positioning. Perhaps that's what Nicholls College is doing, but one thing I have to really point out is that K-Frost was defending that back wall. And they were like, the Great Wall of the North. Nothing was getting by K-Frost in that area, and defending that back wall, especially with how Durtho and Instinct like to play, was a really big keystone piece into breaking down the attacks from the Broncos. We have just a shot straight at the goal, intercepted by Pyros, sent into the corner of Boise State's defensive third. Instinct takes it away. It's going to have to give it up to Durtho, who plays it against the wall, leaves it for Gill. This is a change of pace and trajectory for the Broncos, but Gill on the attack loses it to K-Frost.
Instinct shot off the wall. He's going to continue with the dribble. It's over to Pyros, though. Durtho takes it away from him. On the corner, though, Dirtho's out of boost. Gill's going to try to elevate up, and Instinct whiffs on that save, too. Dangerous situation as Nicholls College continues to move toward Boise State's goal. Dirtho's going to try to clear, but Pelosa's hanging out in mid to stop it. Frost goes up the wall. Tries to get the flip reset. Pyros again. Oh, that could have almost been a follow-up by himself.
We have another shot. It's going to be too high. Dirtho will be the one to send it to mid to give it to Instinct. Instinct goes for a lob shot high and to the left. Ball's already back in Bronco defensive third. Gill's the one to take the touch. There's a follow-up from Pyros. The rotation didn't come out fast enough, and that's goal number 1 for Nicholls College.
Boise State is having this problem of where they're trying to clear the ball, but the shots are so centered that Nicholls College is answering them back very easily. So normally with clears, you know, you want to try to, maybe Boise State can, I mean, of course it's easier said than done from where I'm sitting, but I mean, so many straight shots tried playing off the wall.
Perhaps, but I like the adjustment they made, doing more passing plays, not trying to be a one-man army. Dirtho from midfield cuts in, ball drops down. Pelosa has to challenge both Instinct and Gill. Instinct wins, but for a short amount of time. Pyros just barely skids their tires on it, and that's goal number 2 for the side of Nicholls College.
Take another look. Boise State, Gill is hanging out, but has to take it at a very awkward angle. I also got to say, we were talking about kind of about the defense from Nicholls College. There's been a lot of similar angles from there that K-Frost and Pyros have been really excelling at.
Instinct has the ball pinched up towards the upper left ceiling. Ball's at midfield. Dirtho can't get a solid contact with it. Gill whiffs on the save. Dirtho sends it into the corner. It's challenged by Pyros. It's going to drop in front of the net before Instinct actually makes the save, sends it to Gill. Gill drops it at midfield stripe. K-Frost backs up. There's nobody in front of the goal for the Broncos, and that's number 3 for Nicholls College and a hat trick for Pyros.
Pyros has really been coming alive, has been just as fiery on the offense as he has defense. He's had a lot of saves in the first game and is now turning those into goals for the second. Nicholls College now up 3-0. Boise State going to have to mount a really huge rally from here on out to stay in the game.
See if they can. Dirtho made a shot, but it was saved by K-Frost. Demo onto Pelosa by Dirtho. K-Frost, though, is undeterred by the lack of the player. Sends it for a shot, goes into the corner after a save. K-Frost takes the next shot, and it threads the needle between 2 defenders, and that's goal number 4 for the side of Nicholls College.
Another moment where Gill turns around and just misjudges a shot, tries to take it at an awkward angle. Now that's going to be 4-0. Nicholls College on a very huge tear. K-Frost, shot off the wall, followed up by Pelosa, not going to need region. Instinct takes the shot towards center field. There's no one to receive it. Tries to keep the play going himself. Pyros off to the side. Gill comes, tries to set it up for Dirtho, but Pyros is right there with yet another save.
Instinct midfield, ball's pinched, sent over to the opposite side. Elevation from Gill after demo onto Pelosa from Instinct. Is going to be lobbed right back into the air. Dirtho takes a touch, dunks off the ceiling. Instinct takes the shot, it ricochets off a defender, and that's goal number 1 for the Broncos.
Well, that's going to make it still in the realm of possibility for the Broncos. Great setup by Dirtho toward Instinct. Ball heads right off of K-Frost. Takes kind of an awkward bounce up into the crossbar. Boise State now trailing by 3. Demo onto K-Frost to start things off. Dirtho now trying to go up against K-Frost with Instinct, but K-Frost manages to get a good shot back toward Boise State's far corner. K-Frost now back toward mid. Dirtho steals it away from him. Follow-up shot, beautifully placed. Boise State now within 2.
Signs of life. I don't know, maybe the G fuel's finally flowing in their veins. Within 2 goals, but this late in the game is always risky.
I mean, they're now ahead of the pace. They have more than a minute to score 2 more goals. So they have time to work with. Pelosa's going to take the shot back toward mid. Instinct up into the backboard. K-Frost is there to receive. He's going to ground in, try to pass over to Pelosa. It takes a bounce. Shot by Pyros. Back over into Boise State's goal. Yeah, another moment of Boise State. Gill was the last one on, rotates in, thinking he can win that 50, but Pyros is just too much of a force, along with K-Frost. Pyros now elevating up. Missing tries to take it away from him. Gill hanging out in front of the goal, back over Instinct. Urtho now taking the ball up the field. Pyros deflects it, Instinct comes in. Gill in mid, but he's slow. He does no boost and he has to defend. Demo onto Pelosa. Gill trying to recenter the shot. Comes in off to the side, but Pyros is hanging out right there, is not going to let that through.
Gill trying to predict where Pyros takes the shot, steals it away, does have a slight loss of control, ball at midfield into the defensive third. Attempted elevation from the side of K-Frost goes and gets taken advantage of. Midfield stripe again, K-Frost ball in the air, sends it to Pyros, who attempted to dunk it down to K-Frost. Instinct brings it to midfield. Pushed the rest of the way forward by Durtho, but ball needs to stay elevated. Unfortunately for the Broncos, it hits the ground. Nicholls College walks away with a Game 2 victory, 2-5.
The Broncos, I mean, if you look at the overall stats, they have about the same amount of shoulder shots on goal, and side control actually have a slight lead in boost used, but overall it might just be like you were hinting at earlier, that boost is just being used too fast, because there are multiple times where Nicholls College is just kind of managing the resources they have very well. Well, the top 5 plays of the game are brought to you by the Idaho Army National Guard, who invites you to take your impressive critical thinking skills into real time. More than 10 jobs offering a $20,000 bonus and your degree of choice paid for. The Idaho Army National Guard is one of the best teams to join out there. Reach out to them at iGuard Gaming. So the red carpet's certainly not being rolled out for the Broncos. They're facing a very tough opponent with Nicholls College.
Yeah, K-Frost is a force to reckon with. Pyros is showing to be a force to reckon with as well. And at this point, truthfully, I hope they figure out what is going wrong and fix the situation. There was a huge adoption in playstyle. Like, typically we do see Durthro or we see Instinct going in and, you know, making these one-man plays to get shots on goal, but then they adapted and started doing more passing plays, but then it was just too many touches and taking too long, and passes were getting intercepted. Maybe it's time to play some Demolition Derby. Make sure someone's always out of play for the side of Nicholls College.
Nicholls College, I mean, their players are so adept at getting the saves that sometimes I guess the only thing left is just to take them out completely. We'll see if that happens as Gill is passing over to Durtho. It's going to be taken out of their hands by Pelosa. Pelosa now moving up the field under Durtho. One of the other Broncos is going to be there to get a touch on it. Ball is high and up for grabs. Instinct with the redirect off of the wall. K-Frost gets a touch on it. Now Gill keeping the play going. Flick over to the side, and it's deflected by Pyros over to Pelosa.
Instinct intercepts, drops down left corner. K-Frost is the one with possession, plays around Durtho, but not Gill. Takes a drop off the ceiling, gives it to Durtho. It's above the net. Demo onto Pyros, saved by Pelosa. Midfield, it's going to be Gill to get the touch, prevent it from crossing the stripe. Another 50-50 favoring Instinct off the back wall. Pyros gets it to mid. It's going to be Durtho to pinch it towards the ceiling. K-Frost comes in for the attack, is going to be stopped by Durtho, who sends it to Instinct. It's turned into a game of keep away for the Broncos.
Tries to leave it a little bit longer for Durtho. Gill comes in, the shot is set up. Durtho goes in for the shot on goal, follow up by Instinct in that 50. Pyros is going to be able to beat him to it, and the ball goes flying back toward the blue goal. Now Gill coming up the side is not going to be able to clear that. Durtho with the follow-up to the clear, bad redirected. Oh, a follow-up from Nicholls College almost was the first goal.
Gill slow and steady moves forward, ball is taken away. Instinct pinches it, sent to midfield. Pyros with possession has to juke out. Gill can't do it. Instead flicks it high and left. Possession with Durtho. Durtho gets it past K-Frost. Can they get it past Pelosa? He cannot. Instinct, though, is there for the save. Elevates. Pyros steals it away. Gill on the ground. Tries to pinch it off for a shot. It is saved by K-Frost and sent to the defensive third of the Broncos.
Durtho is going to continue with the air dribble. Instinct following for the pass. The ball's going to head over to the corner. Instinct shot on goal. K-Frost demo, and the Broncos in the lead. And this is what we were talking about. This is what we wanted to see. These kinds of demos being brought out. Boise State, with some explosions and flash, are now back in the driver's seat.
Kickoff favors the Broncos. Durtho in the corner has to battle it away from Pelosa, but can't. Instinct goes for the challenge. It's a fake out. Instinct read it. K-Frost will pop it up again in the corner. Gill goes for the dump down in front of the net. Tries to steal it from Pyros, brings it to midfield. Plays it, gives it to K-Frost, sends it to the back wall. Instinct is there to pinch it. Pyros again in the corner. Gill gets the touch, disrupts just enough, but can Pelosa get contact? Pelosa does not. Durtho tries to clear it. It's pinched and glides over the top of the net.
Pelosa tries for the redirect shot, but it goes wide. Instinct now fighting furiously to move up the field. Pyros left chasing after it. He's going to be able to play it off the wall, leave it for Pelosa. Gill, quick turn to the left. Let's get a touch on it to wrangle it away from Nicholls College. Shot on goal, off the crossbar. Pelosa with a dunk back in, equalizes the match.
One thing I gotta add to the way that Pelosa plays is that when the Broncos are attempting these, off the backboard rebound shots, which is, off the wall to themselves, take the shot. Nicholls is reading it well, and they get on that back wall and prevent that opportunity for the rebound play. So there has to be an adjustment for the Broncos, again, to counteract this. We have another shot on goal, putting Nicholls College in the lead. The give and the go. K-Frost, Pyros into the net. Only leading by one, which is a different story than what we saw earlier in game number 2.
And very similar to the first goal, it's just a little bit of difficulty of trying to regain control of the ball off of their own backboard. Maybe a kickoff goal here and lead the Broncos to a quick equalizer. And a shot is going to be brought out by Gill. I called it. Very quick. Sometimes you just need that quick spring in your step to basically say to the team, hey, everything's reset. It's 0-0. All intents and purposes. Let's keep playing. Demo onto Instinct. That's the first one we've seen from Nicholls College. Durtho unable to stop the shot. That's a huge juke out by Instinct. K-Frost now going to be meeting Durtho. Durtho's now just watching the play develop, moving up the field, ready to take it. Oh, Pyros managed to get a slight deflect on it. Instinct tries to get the redirect. The ball is slow, however. It's accurately aimed, but plenty of time for Nicholls College to get the save.
Durtho with possession, can't play it around K-Frost, but it grounds next to Gill. Pyros is going to get demoed. This is an opportunity. The shot's too high. Can Durtho get the redirect? Pyros off of respawn, ends up interrupting the play. Ball is back in midfield, sent to the corner. Defensive third for the Broncos is 1 minute remaining, and we're tied 2-2.
Gill elevates up. He's going to be able to take it away from Nicholls College. Oh, but he's not able to get this clear. It's still in mid. Pelosa redirect. Ball's going to go off to the side. Gill picks up their own boost. Nicholls College running low on boost here. Oh, Durtho flies under it, but Instinct is there as a backup. Durtho is going to make lemonade out of lemons, tries to redirect it into a shot on goal. Now Gill takes another follow-up off of the corner. Ball sent back to the center. Pyros with a wide shot off to the corner. 10 seconds left. Could be going into the first overtime of the match. This is a risky situation. K-Frost right there. And that's what Nicholls College is very great at. We see a double commit there by Boise State that leaves the follow-up right open. At the last moment, Boise State is going to need a kickoff goal here to drive this back into overtime.
Kickoff favors the side of Nicholls College. It does take a drop down off the ceiling. Pyros trying to go for an extra goal. Ball is grounded, and that's game number 3 to Nicholls College, putting them at series point. They win the next one. That is it. Broncos are out of the running as it is a single elimination tournament. Can they begin the reverse sweep? They've shown signs of life. They got the first goal in game number 3. We just have to ask them to do it again and then get the extra one necessary, as that was just a 2-3 game, 1 goal differential. It's definitely doable.
And this is what stands out to me so much is if you look at the stat lines, Boise State has either been tying or consistently leading in the shots on goal for this match. I just think that it's Nicholls College is just such a good defense and so many great goalies that are just rotating around no matter what the ball, whether they're coming from, we normally talk about wanting to come from back post, but even in a lot of front post positions, Nicholls College is finding a way to deflect the ball. So it's a matter of, maybe we start the fourth game much like we started the third. There were a couple of demos that Boise State brought into the equation, and just taking the players out of the equation entirely seemed to get the Broncos into the early lead.
Truly, Nicholls College is so good at just reading where that ball is going to end up going that the only way to prevent them from making the save is making sure they're not even there to begin with, and that is, playing to take them out to begin with. I hate to be that person, but it worked the first time. Can we do it again?
And one thing I was noticing, though, for Nicholls College at the very end there were a lot of times when they were short on boost. So it seems like kind of the boost problems that we were leading to earlier, both teams have really evened out in that regard. And I think that's one of the reasons why the Broncos were so close in Game 3. And now we're going to go into the decider. Can Nicholls College pull off a sweep against Boise State, or will this be the start of a comeback for the Broncos? Pyros elevating up. Gill is going to beat him on that 50.
Ooh,
and Durtho takes a shot. It's off the backboard. And a quick play by Nicholls College is going to prevent Boise State from following up on that.
Instinct's going to look to center it to Gill. Gill takes the shot. It's saved by Pelosa. Pyros in the corners. Demo onto Pelosa. Drop down. Plays it around. And that's the first goal for the Broncos. Hopefully we'll get to see this replay. This is gorgeous. Fakes out the 2 defenders that were coming in for contact. Threads the needle. Broncos leading 37 seconds in.
Next kickoff is going to go in favor of Boise State. Gill is following up on it. Up into the corner. Pyros gets a touch. Synced back and forth between Boise State and Nicholls. Shot on goal! And Pelosa, very quick one. Nicholls College has just really been specializing in these very quick, hard-to-save shots. I mean, Gill reads it and instant comes in for the backup, but the shot is just too fast.
One thing I will say, though, is I'm starting to notice that on these goal-scoring opportunities, it is full team commit. No one's really holding a midfield position. So if Broncos can find a clear, they could get breakaway opportunities. They just need to be faster than Nicholls College. So we have instinct shot saved by Pyros. Durtho's shot saved, and Durtho is going to center it. It looks like Pelosa is going to be the one to receive it. Gill from goalpost makes the save, centers it to midfield.
Shot way off to the corner. He plays it off the wall. Pelosa gets a touch on it, disrupting the play. Gill comes in with the follow-up and puts the Broncos back into the lead. It's kind of an uncharacteristic also where the goal is just left wide open by Nicholls College. And so Boise State takes that golden opportunity where they can get it.
Broncos don't make contact off kickoff, but Instinct makes the snag. Unfortunately, K-Frost elevated with Instinct on the shot, sends it to defensive third for the Broncos. Durtho, Gill getting pressured. Pyros steals it from Durtho for a moment. Durtho rekindles, manages to get it to Instinct, crossing midfield stripe, loses possession. Gill is there, sends it, tried to get it to Instinct, ends up with K-Frost, who sends it to Pelosa. Shot on goal from Pyros is actually pinched and sent to the corner. Instinct with possession, looking to bring it across midfield stripe, has Durtho for the give and go, ignores the give and go. Instead, the shot is deflected by K-Frost.
I know that was an ignore, it's just kind of a mess up on timing, but now K-Frost is going to put the Broncos on the defense as Pelosa follows in tow. Instinct, pass over to Durtho. Nicholls College is just so good at disrupting these passes. Boise State still hanging on to the lead. Durtho off the wall. Tries to come in. It's a very tough angle to take the shot at. Gill comes back. Back over to Durtho. It's a touch and a shot back toward the goal on the front post. Instinct
Instinct,
comes
come
in
on,
and gets
Instinct!
it!
And that puts the Broncos in the lead by 2. We're just crossing into the second half here of game number 4. Gotta keep this 2-goal lead, make it bigger, I don't care. Broncos need to win this one and start the reverse sweep.
That's 2 times in a row. Boise State, Instinct off the corner. Shot by Durtho, finds the back of the net, and Boise State is coming out exploding. Once again, Boise State is kind of recognizing these moments where there's a split second where no one is defending for Nicholls College, and I think it's kind of, as this match is going on, Boise State is better reading those opportunities and taking advantage of them.
2 minutes remaining. All that we can ask is that they keep reading them. Gill is going to snag the ball. Does end up with Pyros for a moment. Instinct gets a few touches. Pitch to midfield, drops down off the ceiling to Pelosa. Pelosa, though, is sent to respawn by Gill. Pyros, Frost, K-Frost trying to figure out what they need to do. Dartho makes the save. Pelosa at midfield grounds it, but Dartho takes a shot. 2 defenders elevate from Nicholls College, make a save as well. Instinct with possession as Dartho bodied a player off of the ball. Pyros looking to figure out where Instinct's looking to go. And it's sent over to Dartho off of Instinct shot, saved by Pelosa, who sends it across midfield stripe.
They can maintain the side control. K-Frost puts a shot up into the backboard. Nice play by the Broncos. Gill is just hanging back. It's not going to be too risky on this play. Opportunity for K-Frost, but Durto is able to save. Both players go flying past that in that 50. So still up for grabs. Pyros is going to take it. 1 minute left, and the Broncos lead by 3.
Oh, I think the angle was just wrong for that pass to Gill. K-Frost demos Gill. Pyros sends the ball across midfield stripe. Shot on by K-Frost. It's too high and too wide off the back wall. It's going to be centered to midfield stripe. Pyros can't get the better of the touch. K-Frost makes the save off Instinct shot and is sent to the respawn as a punishment. Ball in front of Nicholls College net. It looks like Dartho is looking to get the 5th goal in the next 30 seconds.
Gill reads the shot and is able to save it off to the side. Shot back towards midfield. Dartho's going to get demoed. K-Frost having a rough time as he's out of boost and can't really pass it to anybody. Pyros puts one final shot off to the corner. There's not enough time to make up 3 goals, and Boise State is going to win that 4th game, pushes on to a game 5. Still a ways to go, but a very promising rally by the Broncos.
Now do it again. Do it 3 more times. We have to see this through all the way to a game 7.
One thing I'm noticing from the Broncos is that I am not seeing as many, like in the first couple of rounds we saw kind of a lot of times when the Broncos would overextend and leave kind of an open goal, but I've been seeing the rotations tightening up a lot in the past few games, and we're seeing a lot more of the Broncos just kind of playing it a bit more cautiously, but also taking the opportunities when they need them.
Personally, I think they need to continue to play more the safety play style. We do typically have, as I mentioned earlier, the more explosive solo man goals and situations like that occurring, but those need to be very far and few between in this game because Nicholls College is so good at predicting where those balls are going to go, playing that defense and turning it into offense very nicely for themselves. And truthfully, when we're seeing a lot of these 50-50s, there's always going to be a Nicholls College player there. If not one, there's 2 to make sure that that ball pinching towards the ground or towards the ceiling is going to be grabbed by one of them. Broncos just need to play their own game, play fast, play well, and begin this and finish up this reverse sweep.
We head back down to the field. The timer's going to tick down, and we head officially into game 5. See how this first kickoff goes, if the Broncos still have as much spring in their step as they did last game. Ball is high up in the center. Durtho is going to take it. Demo on to Gill. That's going to make it tougher for the Broncos. And Instinct is going to rotate back. Gill's back there, though. He's respawned.
Thank you, Gill.
That's a pinch that did not work out in Nicholls' college favor. With those shots a bit too awkward for him to take it, Gill puts another shot on goal. Pyro slowly moving up. Shot redirected over to the corner. Instinct shot off the wall. Durtho gets a slight touch on it. Ball continues up slowly toward Nicholls College. It's cleared back. Loza trying to set it up, and a bit of trouble on the front post for Nicholls College.
Gill is in a 2-on-1. Ball's pinched up, goes to Pyros. Tries to get it around Durtho. It's pinched again. Durtho gets it to midfield. Has to play it around 2. Now just play it around Pyros. Needs a teammate here to help out as Durtho is low on boost. Instinct is going to be demoed. Ball still in the corner. Double commit for the defense. Pyros makes a save off Gill's shot. Ball is not out of the offensive third for the Broncos just yet. Pyros is with possession. Durtho can't make contact with the ball, but does with Pyros. That's a shot in, and that's a good shot because Broncos find the first goal.
What a redirect. That is such a narrow angle, but Durtho has plenty of time, reads it perfectly. And we're starting to see, and I think, a lot of cracks come out from Nicholls College. I'm seeing more goals left open, more double commits here and there.
Perhaps the long game is not their best suited type of situation. I mean, 7-game series are hard. That's a lot of Rocket League to play and a lot of mental stamina to maintain. Gill with possession, plays it into the corner, looks to drop it down, dukes out one. Instinct comes in for the final touch, but it's too wide. Loza tries to clear it. Durtho elevates, has to get around Pyros. Pyros gets a nose on it. Gill will take it away, centers it back up with a double tap. Instinct in for the kill shot. We even had a cherry picker. Durtho there in front of any defenders between the ball and the goal to guarantee goal number 2 to the Broncos.
And it consists of win on the 50. They're not letting K-Frost get a touch on it. Sets it up beautifully for Instinct. Now Broncos lead by 2 goals again. Pyros, though, trying to make something happen off the kickoff, and wow.
Ooh. That's all right. It's going to happen. I mean, we had a demo onto one of our teammates. Instinct, I believe, went to go push forward to get the receive off the kickoff rebound. It's okay. 3 minutes left, leading by 1. Just got to get another up on the board. Kickoff favors Nicholls College, but Durtho is going to grab it in the corner in a 2-on-1 situation, loses possession. Gill off the wall, plays patiently, sends it to Instinct.
Instinct also was able to win that 50 against Pelosa. It's going to lead into a little bit of side control for the Broncos. They'd like to get that insurance goal back. Pelosa puts a shot that's far back toward Boise State's goal, but it is slow and straight, so it's pretty easy for Boise State to get the touch on it. We're about halfway through the match now. Boise State leading by 1. Oh my goodness. All these demos onto the Broncos.
Your sacrifices. Worth
Gill
it.
is going to hang back in. How did he manage to get a touch on that? That is insane. Bit of an awkward play because there's a lot of boost used up. But Gill's going to be able to still find his corner boost. Send a huge shot back toward the goal. K-Frost just barely able to rotate back. Pass goes over to Pyros. Gill. Oh.
Oh, shoot! Shoot! Hey, tied 2 aside, 2 minutes left. We're at 0-0. We're just playing a half game of Rocket League. It's kind of like, you know, half-court basketball. We got this. It's all right.
Boise State having to walk a very narrow tightrope to victory. Loza gets the touch on that. Durtho follows up off the kickoff. Going to see a bit of fighting back and forth for side control. Pyros tries to take the clear, but Gill. He's setting it up. Demo onto Pelosa. K-Frost, though, was able to clear it back over. Boise State pop off the roof. Instinct takes it. The shot's in the center, though. Pelosa's going to deflect that off to the side. Durtho gets a touch on it. Continues with the dribble. And it's going to be saved. And Pyros gets the save in the end. Durtho's credited with another shot on goal. And a quick shot on goal. Boise State. Oh, my goodness. Off the post, off the crossbar. And Nicholls College back into the lead. That was the equivalent of the basketball looping around the rim. Golf ball rolling around the hole.
That also was the epitome of why Jacob and I always have to cast together, because my casting resulted in nothing but onomatopoeias while he carried that entire very anxious situation. Ball's once again in the defensive third for the Broncos. Pyros takes a shot. It's disrupted by Instinct. Durtho now crossing midfield stride, passing it around K-Frost. Has Gil come in to help out, and ball sent back to mid. Instinct off the ceiling. It's going to be with Pelosa. Broncos just need 1 goal to equalize this. We have a minute to do it. Question is, can they? As Pyros takes the ball again to midfield stripe, challenged by Instinct, but jukes him out. Durtho in the corner has to find a clear here. Gil has to make a save. It's at midfield. Durtho gets it around K-Frost, gets it around another player. Can he dunk it down and in? It's redirected to the corner.
35 seconds left, and K-Frost gets a clear back over Bronco territory. That corner loose is still open. Looks like Nicholls College is going to be able to steal it from the Broncos. Durtho now going up with another dribble. Deflected off to the side slightly. 20 seconds left.
Come on, 1 goal. 1 goal. It's all we need.
Oh, Pyros is able to do some aerial acrobatics. Quick steal away by Durtho. It looks like the goal was open there. Shot off the backboard. Gil's going to come in with the clutch. Durtho follow up off the crossbar. Instinct follow up again. It's tied with 4 seconds left.
It's too close for comfort. That tightrope is now turning into the size of floss.
Oh boy. Now we've seen multiple kickoff goals here, so we might not even be going into overtime. It could still be decided.
Yes, if the Broncos get the kickoff goal.
Well, they're going to get a follow-up, but it's very quickly negated. And now we're into overtime. Broncos not only to continue the match, but continue their journey in NACE. A lot is riding on this potential golden goal. Durtho up the side. Pyros is able to read it. Go to the corner. K-Frost flip over. Now Durtho takes it. We'll see if he's able to continue his dribble. Instinct shot on goal. He gets it! Hat trick and the win! Boise State is going to game 6. I can't stand. I can't take it. This is by a thread. Boise State is hanging on. Look at all those demos also from Nicholls College. They had 8 demos this game. And all the statistics, 2 of them are completely tied up. Side control and total shots. Everything is just by a razor's edge. Are you out of position of being able to speak here? Because you seem genuinely out of words with how close this is.
This is making me very uncomfortable, okay? Let me be completely honest. I love Rocket League. I love those guys on stage. But please, please, just secure this victory for my own anxiety's sake. This is too close. I know we have to make it through 2 more games, and I know you can do it. Please, guys. I saw Doc up there talking to you. I don't know if Coach is with you in your comms. Just, you guys are playing some fantastic Rocket League, but we have to show why we are here and why we're making it to the round of 8, the round of 4, and then the championship match. Do it now. Set the precedent for everyone that the Broncos are here to win.
Boise State versus Nicholls College. We're going into game 6. Boise State has gotten 2 wins so far on their path to a reverse sweep. This next kickoff, slightly goes in favor of Pyros, but Durtho's hanging back, is going to continue the play. Plays it past Pelosa, shot! Oh, deflected off to the side by Pyros. This college takes a shot off the side of the wall. K-Frost is demo. Durtho, they're hungry for that goal. They're looking for it. Gil is just going to slow play that one. He does not want to overextend the Broncos.
Smart. Ball in the corner. Pyros challenged by Instinct. Instinct sends it to the other side to maintain this ball in the offensive third for the Broncos. Durtho steals it away from Nicholls College. To K-Frost to finally get it to midfield stripe. Gil tries to stop it from Foley rolling over. It is in defensive third. Durtho gets it around 1 into the corner. Can he get the second touch? He's just not fast enough. Gil centers it up. Tries to get another touch for himself. Can't find it either. Gil again. low on boost, has to have someone come in and help. It's going to be Durtho from the mid. Instinct at mid will elevate, has to deal with Pyros, manages to dunk it down, but it's Pelosa and Pyros now there, and it's going to be Gil to center it to Durtho, who cannot get the contact for the shot.
I think it's Nicholls College is actually having a bit more problem with boost, but Pyros still puts a shot on goal, but it is slow. Enough time for Boise State to secure the save off of the backboard. Follow-up whip by Instinct. Gil is going to come in around the corner. Steals the boost away from Nicholls College. Oh, Boise State. Looks like they're going to have to just roll back for now. Wait for an opportunity. Maybe Durtho and Instinct can refill on boost. Durtho gets his boost. He's waiting back in the goal. That's a whiff by Nicholls College. Leaves it open for the Broncos to move back up.
K-Frost deflects, it goes to Durtho at mid. Pyros manages to cross it the rest of the way. Save from Gil, bounces it above the net. Instinct rushing to battle for possession against Pyros. Pyros just a tire ahead, wins. He's going to be trying to play it around Durtho. Durtho leaves the ball. Pelosa tries to clear it to midfield. Gil disrupts it. Instinct pops it up to Durtho, who dunks it down into the corner. Instinct is not there in time. Shot was saved. Pyros Instinct sets Durtho with possession. Most likely going to have an elevation come out. Yes, there it is from K-Frost.
Off the crossbar. Gil, off the crossbar again.
No, it's 2 flats. Gosh, dang it.
Wow. Broncos are really tightening up their follow-up game, but shots are just bouncing off of the crossbar, who is quickly becoming the MVP for Nicholls College in Game 6.
That really irks some fourth man. K-Frost in the cherry-picking position, plays it up off the ceiling. Instinct looks to grab it in the corner, has to play it around 2 with very little boost to his name. K-Frost with possession flicks it forward, maintains control, but Durtho steals it at midfield. Not for long, as it's going to go to Pelosa, looking for an opportunity to make a shot, and it's interrupted by Instinct.
This longest amount of time we've had without a goal so far this match. Both teams still tied 0. Instinct sees his opening. Ball has a lot of altitude, however, this is going to be difficult to dunk or waterfall in. Not able to find it there. K-Frost now moving back. Gil is able to take it away from him. Now Instinct coming in. It's on that 50, but now Instinct is going to move up, maybe still provide some disruption. He's going to go off to the other corner, a quick flick toward the goal. It's hanging out near front post. K-Frost currently has it. Gil trying to read the shot. Durtho stops the play at midfield. And now tries to dribble it in off the post, follow up by Instinct. Similar situation, a lot of altitude, and the Broncos can't quite get it.
Durtho from midfield sends it into the corner, has to beat K-Frost. K-Frost makes the save, but it goes straight to Gil. Gil sends it to Instinct, 50-50 pinch, leads to the back wall. Pelosa at midfield, gets it across midfield stripe, but Gil taps it, sends it to Instinct, shot on goal, saved by K-Frost again. We are less than 1 minute remaining, no goals scored just yet. This could turn basically into golden goal for one of these teams.
Zink is take the ball back across mid. Pyros. It's a touch, gonna force the Broncos to play defense. Gil tries to play it off the wall. Ball is centered. Gil is covering it, trying to pinch it off the wall past K-Frost. Zink back over to Durtho. Pelosa gets a touch on it before Pyros can get the shot on goal. Boise State is able to just barely deflect it. Zink refill on boost. K-Frost over to Pyros. 10 seconds left. Boise State can clear this and get a buzzer beater, or we are going into overtime. Durtho with a crucial dribble, follow up by Gil. Crossbar again. Is that goal regulation size or what?
Golden goal again. No team has a goal to their name here in game number 6. Can the Broncos find the one they need to send us to 7? Instinct brings it up the side, has to play it around 1. It's K-Frost to make a slight adjustment. Durtho drops it down in front of the goal. Gil's not there in time. Instinct rotates back, grabs the boost, trying to predict where this ball is going to land. Snags it, has to beat K-Frost to it. Manages to get the pinch, but it's Pyros to grab that ball and get possession again.
Look at the differential in shots on goal. It's 12 for Boise State versus 4 for Nicholls College. Boise State has been trying feverishly again and again to get this goal.
Come on, Instinct, this
but
is
a lot of times the shots are too high. Is this going to be the time? There's a double commit on the save. Gil elevates up, trying to set it up for Durtho. K-Frost now has possession. Instinct is going to have to to take it away from him. Demo onto Instinct. Comes back around the corner. Pyros looking to read the situation. Instinct, that ball's too high though for the follow-up. Gil's gonna elevate up. Shot by Pelosa. Durtho redirect off to the corner. Instinct, possible breakaway. The goal's open, and it goes in! Boise State is heading to Game 7! Are you kidding me? Nicholls College rotates up too far, and a shot from midfield by Instinct is going to send the Broncos to match point.
You know, I brought it up earlier. They like to overcommit on those goal-scoring opportunities.
Oh my goodness. After all of that, look at the differential of shots on goal. That's the most lopsided it's been in this entire match. And Boise State finds the goal in overtime.
Oh, this is too much.
I do not know when the last time I've seen a best-of-7 reverse sweep. I've seen plenty of best-of-5s reverse sweep, kind of a lot of mini reverse sweep with best-of-3s, but I cannot remember the last time I've seen a best-of-7. But this is why Rocket League players like best-of-7 so much, because it tests you on a different level. And in the long game, Boise State has shown promise.
Yeah, perhaps it was the long con all along. They knew that Nicholls College could not sustain the power necessary to bring out a 7-game series, and we're banking on the mental exhaustion, the breakdown in their gameplay for the long run, because right now, even though we've only won, you know, Game 5 was by 1 goal, Game 6 by 1 goal, Game 4, yeah, it was 3, but it was the beginning of the swap. Broncos, I don't know what the game plan was, but it's working as we have a shot on goal from Gil, secondary touch from Gil,
the game plan
from Durtho, and that is goal number 1 for the Broncos.
I was going to say, Nicholls College is looking for, you know, toeholds, opportunities to mentally reset, and they haven't found one in the games that they've won, and I was thinking if there's kind of an early goal scored, is that enough that Nicholls College, do they start making more mistakes? Does Boise State have the momentum going forward? We'll find out. Promising early sign for the Broncos. Instinct around the corner. Gil is heading back for the follow-up. Pyros tries to take it away from him. Durtho rotating in. Off the wall. It's centered again. K-Frost back to mid. He's going to leave it for Gil.
Ooh, but it's shot to Instinct. It was a double commit between Instinct and Durtho. Possibly intentional, but cleared to midfield strike. Durtho cuts in, sends it to the corner. Instinct's going to dwindle near mid. K-Frost elevates. Gil goes for the challenge. Reads it, but Pelosa from the side manages to get a touch. Ball still at mid. Finally into the corner is going to be Pyros. Gil snags it, makes the save. Gil now has to play it around 2. It's Instinct instead. Ball still inside defensive third of Bronco territory.
Durtho takes the shot back to mid. Pyros gets a touch on it. Instinct is going to get into 50 with him. The ball goes way over to the other side of the field above Pelosa. So the pass can't go through. Opportunity for Gil to pass over to Durtho. Instinct does get demoed. Has to be either Durtho or Gil. He's going to try a pinch off the ground, but that demo ultimately stopped the play from going through. Shot back toward Boise's goal. Gil is able to read it, gets a solid touch on it. Instinct plays off the wall. Over to Durtho. Off the backboard, follow up by Gil. Durtho now down. And it's not going to be another goal, but Boise State is showing a lot of side control right now.
I mean, you keep playing offense, prevent the ball from even crossing midfield stripe. Definitely can be a game plan. Instinct gets it around 1. It's too wide. Can Durtho get the second touch? Durtho can't. Can Gil find it? No, it's going to be pinched up instead. K-Frost has possession, gets it past Instinct. Gil, Durtho, our defenders currently, and it's going to be Durtho with the first, second from Gil. Ball drops to Instinct, gets it across midfield stripe. Gil challenging K-Frost for possession, ends up demoing K-Frost. Durtho, Instinct, sends it across, and nobody to get the touch. That's goal number 2 for the Broncos.
This has been a thing that's happened in the last few games for Nicholls. They haven't had the boost to make those lightning fast rotations that we saw in the first couple games. Boise State now up to a 2-goal lead. 3 minutes left. It's about 1:30 each for Nicholls to equalize. Boise State, what I like so much about them right now, not only is this play from Durtho, which is just sneaking its way past all the players. It's going to go back to mid, but what I like so much about them is like they're being very fast in their shots on goal, but they're not rotating up too far. They're not leaving open goals. Halfway through, and Boise State leads by 2.
Durtho gets into the back wall. Pelosa was there. Instinct gets demoed by Pelosa. Gil into the corner. Durtho demos K-Frost to equalize it for a few moments. Durtho gets the flip reset, but unfortunately Gil was shoved in the way on the shot. Instinct looking to dunk it down to Durtho, interrupted by Pyros. Gil at midfield gets the touch, but K-Frost redirects towards the net. Yep. Unfortunately, there was nobody home, and now Nicholls College is in 1-goal territory to send us into an equalizer.
Awkward situation. Durtho using all the boost he can to make it back, but, well, I'm sorry that I said what I said earlier.
I wasn't going to mention it.
Thank you. I appreciate you having my back, but right now the stakes are a bit too high for me to have a good laugh about it. Boise State holding on to just a 1-goal lead now. Pyros puts another shot on goal off the post. Back to mid. Durtho, opportunity on the post. I didn't see Pyros there.
I didn't either, but ball is at midfield. It's going to be K-Frost to send it the rest of the way. Gil makes the save off K-Frost's shot. Pelosa at midfield grounds it. Instinct gets demoed by K-Frost. Opportunity now for Nicholls College. Respawns happen as Gil took out K-Frost as well. Durtho's shot redirected by Pyros to the side. Attempted touch from the Broncos does not happen, but Gil gets the 50-50 right in the dead center circle. K-Frost grabs it in the corner, brings it to midfield stripe.
Players whip on that 50, leaves it open for a shot on goal. Last minute save by Instinct. By the skin of Boise State's teeth, they're still in the lead, and we have 1 minute left. Durtho. And Boise State, that's a great redirect from Durtho. Instinct follow-up almost sneaks it in. Durtho again, there's a whole lot of demos flying back and forth. Now Gil takes the shot. He's going to get demoed for it. Can Instinct win this 50? It's huge if they win this 50, and Durtho can redirect it. Now we're just 40 seconds away from the timer hitting 0. Boise State still holding on to the lead by 1.
Off the ceiling. Instinct's got to play it around 2. Has Durtho to come in for help. 2 on 2. Double commit on the save for Durtho's shot. Pelosa gets demoed. Now is the opportunity for the Broncos to find the nail in the coffin as we're down to the last 20 seconds. They need to get this a goal to put themselves in the lead and secure it. Durtho takes the midfield shot, and that is putting the Broncos in the lead by 2. 15 seconds remaining.
At a do-or-die time, Nicholls College kind of goes for the old hockey strategy. Exchange your goalie for one person up on the field, but Boise State scores on the open goal. It's now a question of if they can get possession off of this initial kickoff. They are 15 seconds away from pulling off a spectacular reverse sweep and moving on to the quarterfinals for NACE. Just 5 seconds left toward an open goal. The ball needs to hit the ground, and the Broncos have pulled off what is an insane win.
Another one.
4 wins in a row for the reverse sweep against Nicholls. And the Broncos are moving on in the NACE postseason, going to quarterfinals. That is a game for the ages. My goodness.
That was incredible. Honestly, truly, I feel like you could have showed that to someone and been like, hey, by the way, this is Grands, and anyone would have believed it with how hard fought that series was.
Yep. Oh, Boise State. They had to walk such a narrow line and actually pulled it off. I can't remember when's the last time I've seen you be found speechless, by the way, because you're normally up here with quips and zingers back and forth, but that was so down to the wire.
It was too close for comfort, but they did a fantastic. Doc is being left hanging. I am so sorry, Doc. I will happily give you Knuckles from up here, but you'll probably leave me hanging. With that being said, nicely done, guys. That was incredible. Please don't put me through that much anxiety again.
Well, a win is a win. I'm sure the Broncos will be happy to move on. And now say that among the NACE League, they are one of the top 8 teams in the nation. No small feat. And speaking of top placements, it's now time for us to nominate our top player. Do you have a nomination? I'm going to go with Instinct. There were a lot of goals. I mean, he got a hat trick for himself, and there were a lot of kind of sneaky goals that he was able to get past Nicholls.
I mean, yeah, initially, like, my thought process was going to go with Instinct, but those last few games, Emiliano, I know I gave this to you a lot, but, like, I have to go with Durtho.
Well, both of them are very worthy nominees. But the player of the game can only go to one right now, and it is going to be Instinct.
Hey.
I actually called it, and yeah, there were a lot of shots, especially from midfield here. And this is what was so spectacular about these kinds of goals is in the final 4 games, there were a lot of goals scored onto Nicholls College when they rotated up too far and got an open goal. And I would have never expected that with the way they played in the first 2 games.
Either way, nicely done, everyone. Gil, Instinct, Durtho, they all popped off in their own respects. Congratulations, Instinct, on being the ICCU player of the game.
And it's brought to you by Idaho Central Credit Union, who believes a great player makes a team more successful, just like how Idaho Central helps its members achieve financial success. Instinct is the Idaho Central Credit Union player of the game. There's a hat trick I was talking about earlier. I think it was the first hat trick of the game also. But even here in Instinct's play, you see great play by Durtho setting him up, and Gil also not rotating too far up the field. There were plenty of times where he was a crucial goalie for the Broncos. So all of them pull off a reverse sweep and move on in NACE. I don't know if we can say anything else. Artie, do you have any more final thoughts you want to give?
Yeah, it's not GG until the final buzzer goes. I mean, truthfully, if some players don't have the mental fortitude to, go to game number 4 and be like, we're starting the reverse sweep. It starts now. We're not losing this from here on out. A lot of players start to give up at that point. But these guys, they didn't. And that's why it's really important to make sure that your mentals are always where they need to be. Because the reverse sweep is always in the cards. The only thing that is going to make you lose in those instances, truly, in an equal game, is your own mentals.
And that's going to do it for our NACE match tonight. But, of course, with the way Broncos will be playing, be tuned to NACE Star League and Boise State Esports for updates on their postseason journey because, oh, man, are they off to an incredible start in the playoff games. They move on to the best of 8, and we'll see you next time when they face off in the quarterfinals. But for now, we'll leave you with the top 5 plays of the game brought to you by the Idaho Army National Guard, who invites you to take your impressive critical thinking skills into real time. More than 10 jobs offering a $20,000 bonus and your degree of choice paid for. The Idaho Army National Guard is one of the best teams to join out there. Reach out to them on Twitch at iGuard Gaming. For Boise State Esports, this is Jacob signing off. We hope you have a good night. The ball off of their own backboard. Maybe a kickoff goal here and lead the Broncos to a quick equalizer. And a shot is going to be brought out by Gil. I called it. Very quick. Sometimes you just need that quick spring in your step to basically
in front of the net before Instinct actually makes the save, sends it to Gil. Gil drops it at midfield stripe. K-Frost backs up. There's nobody in front of the goal for the Broncos, and that's number 3 for Nicholls College and a hat trick for Pyros.
Pyros has really been coming alive, has been just as fiery on the offense. Durtho off the wall. Tries to come in. It's a very tough angle to take the shot at. Gil comes back. Back over to Durtho. It's a touch and shot back toward the goal on the front post. Instinct comes in and gets it!
Elevation from Gil after demo onto Pelosa from Instinct is going to be lobbed right back into the air. Durtho takes a touch, dunks off the ceiling. Instinct takes the shot. It ricochets off a defender, and that's goal number 1 for the Broncos.
Well, that's going to make it still in the realm of possibility for the Broncos. Great setup by Durtho toward Instinct. Ball heads
not out of the offensive third for the Broncos just yet. Pyros is with possession. Durtho can't make contact with the ball, but does with Pyros. That's a shot in, and that's a good shot because Broncos find the first goal.
What a redirect. That is such a narrow angle, but Durtho has plenty of time, reads it perfectly,